Hey guys, we're back. Hopefully you guys can hear us. Let us know if you can't. Until then. How do I flip the camera?
Why you gotta be like that, you fuck?
Sweet.
Dude, shit in his pants in here. Can you what you call with that, man?
Huh?
We're working, damn it.
Okay, that works, yeah.
Anyway, for that, you to link that to the video?
No.
Where's the
Alright,
damn
everybody
whole
just share. Guys, share our video. Please and thank you.
So what are you gonna do?
At least you guys can get an inside look now. Instead of that stupid computer.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yay, sound!
I think this might work.
When you guys come on, let us know that you're here.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Put that up on
Hi, John.
your video from your phone up on that.
No. I can't, like, send it over.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Let me see if I can mess with the microphone.
Brittany,
Ow, you fuck.
are you going off your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on your
Give
phone.
them an in-depth view of what's going on in the tank.
Give us a tour.
Well, right now we are setting up pod packs. We got our brand new monitor in, so it looks a little snazzy, nice and snazzy, you know. Fixing up some of the buttons. Moved the center console up here now, and radios are gonna go here eventually, like that one, the PA. Gonna go down there, and regular radio up in there. Got our one of our two 12 volts running up here. Actually, one 12 volt and USB ports, and threw some grab handles on. And right now,
Punisher pedals.
Punisher pedals, new Punisher pedals. Came up with that myself. Nice.
John wants to know, where's the automatic snack crayon dispenser?
You haven't installed
I actually bought that on Amazon, so I'm gonna install it next week.
Okay.
So it will be ready. Don't worry about it. Plenty of red crayons to go through.
It's mostly all red, actually.
Just red.
Just red.
Just red. That's
reds,
it.
Yeah.
But they don't taste like cherry.
Yeah. Tastes like
What do they taste like?
Shit.
the fucking
History.
blood of your enemies, I guess. What else is there? We got this new thing holding
damn!
our
I got
paint.
2 grommets.
What is it? It's a rack, right? We got a nice little rack holding a case of paint.
Yeah. Those would be the new color.
Yeah. We have all of our other ammunition.
More pod packs.
More pod packs.
Pod packs on pod packs on pod packs.
Ready and waiting. What do you say? I like the wood.
He likes the purple ones, actually.
Oh, okay.
Purple is his preference.
I'll make do with it.
Okay, I'm colorblind, so where's the purple?
No, he's talking about crayons. Purple crayons.
Okay.
It's his favorite flavor.
Well, hey, we'll save
Sorry
you all
about the shakiness.
Yeah, we'll save you all the purple ones then.
Yes, I know. I want to throw up 2 by cutting this mully webbing up, but gotta make it fit. I'm gonna put some air tanks up here. So this way when the passenger shooter gets up and wants to get some action, there will be air tank and air pack, and it will go right up in there.
Nice.
It's out of the way. No one's gonna bump up against it. No one should, unless they're retarded enough.
It's just gonna be a bitch to fucking change
Hey.
Not really. Not really. Just
Thanks for stopping by,
Pull right
John.
Yeah.
that's it.
See what they're working on the outside.
How many people are watching?
2 to 3.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere, man.
I'm not restarting it for the first time. So I don't know.
Hey, Kenny?
Refreshing up the paint job.
One more time, Chris. One more time. Try it again.
Don't forget, you have a rocket spot.
What are you doing over here?
I don't know. Trying to figure out the damn microphone problems, but it doesn't look like it's happening.
Not tonight, at least.
Yep. I dummy when it comes to this stuff. So.
Alright, well, here. How's that?
You are excommunicado.
So I'm sure as you guys can see, we have new wheels, tires, suspension. Whoever was there with us during Battle for Bullshit, what we're calling it, you know, when we kind of got stuck in Kenny's whole little... we're going to try to completely avoid that this season and future seasons.
Not gonna help me.
So yeah, have fun looking while we work. Turn around. That's what we need to avoid.
Avoid
So-
me.
Yes,
Why are you touching it?
because I don't know
Just
here.
leave it alone.
Ah, shit. Babe, going on my whole chair.
Come on now, you can't be hogging all the system. What? Whoa, hey now.
I'm gonna get you nuts. I belong to Alabama now.
You guys have lost your birds and your bush.
You don't say.
Sure they didn't lose their birds in their bush? Yes, both gone. Birds and bush.
Just do me a favor.
Huh?
Just create something. Yeah. What are you doing over here?
Just cleaning some lines.
Would you come right after work? I'm just really fucking stuck in my schedule and whenever I'm not. Trust me, the job that I'm working at right now, I have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I get to the yard in Medford and then drive into the city. And I'm working past that again. And then, we start at 7, work till 4:30, and spend the drive right back home. And then that's the yard, so I pass the house, go to the yard, 6 seconds, get my car and come home. So it's like 3 hours driving to do that.
was a wrong thing to focus
How's that crop shot?
That's hot.
Yeah. I don't want that. That's hot. Here, have it back.
Here, take it back.
Ah. Fuck. Where'd it go? You know how many of these little fuckers I have gone through?
Is
Thousands.
that because you just sweep them up and throw them out?
Half the time. Clean and chuck. Clean and chuck. Right, Chris?
Clean and chuck.
You fuck. Hey, Tim.
No.
The other one ripped out. What? The other one ripped out.
He says no. He scared me.
Where'd my girls go?
Huh?
You live?
Yeah.
Where's Olivia?
Sleeping?
Really? Already?
9 o'clock.
Oh, it is. What? Give me a drill with a battery and a small drill bit. There's some thick steel.
What are you watching, Chris?
It's getting hot. Here. I need the drill.
I'm sorry.
No, I had a beer.
Hey, Dimitri's on!
Hey, little fuck.
Hey! I have the fucking close up and a half.
You just turned around.
Were you ready for your close-up, Liza?
Say hi to Dimitri.
It's the bush!
Your father's
What's
very
up, man?
frustrated.
Do you want help outlining?
It's the bush.
It's
The bush. The bush.
Oh, the bush.
Dennis, do you want help
I
outlining?
made a bush.
Hey, you get the small.
Let us know you're here if you jump on. We can't really see who's in here.
Anybody know the small drill?
Follow the lines with your light.
No. There's something over here. I'll get over here. Chris, just hop the guys here. I just hold it over there. So you need to flip on the switch and outlets. No. So, we always know it's always such a problem trying to figure out when a tank is actually hit in the game, right? So most people have side marker lights or something like that, or flags or whatever, what have you. Well, last year we put on the lights in the front. We had red strobes to indicate that, hey, we're dead, right? Then we started hearing that, oh, we can't tell when you guys are hit, because the lights are only going to the front. Well, problem solved.
somebody's bitch.
Chris, give me some lights, please. Yes. So now, as you can people see, in the front, Chris, hit the button. The little button on there. All right. We have our flashers indicating the red that we're out in the front, and now in the rear, we have an additional flasher to indicate that we're out. And I'm sorry, if you can't see these things, you need to get your damn eyes checked, because you're blind. Safety, safety, safety. And then fun, and then some more safety. And then more fun! No, what are you doing?
Dimitri says he's wearing the same sweater as you.
I'm still gonna rethink that damn thing.
Dimitri says he's wearing the same hoodie as you.
Oh, there you go.
I thought he was talking about me. I was like, really, Dimitri?
Hey, Dimitri. Did you use up all the meat yet?
We'll get back to you with an answer.
I really need that small gun. Whatever the fuck it is.
What are you painting?
Did
Touching
you
up
use
green,
the,
apparently?
small drill bit at all?
Tempting to, I'll say.
No. Where the fuck I should went? Fuck. Whatever. Guess we're
You
doing
know
it
what?
over with.
This week, Mac's gonna come by here. I was telling him to bring a drill bit set. He's usually got them on a truck.
Dimitri says, nope, meat is intact.
Oh, come on. You let me down.
For
Drink
now.
more.
And somebody named Donna says hi.
Oh, hey.
All right, so you guys also want to tour some of the other power upgrades we did this year? Let me show you something else here, right? So now, we were having a problem with the smoke machine where the smoke machine and the 4,000 watt, that's right, you heard me, 4,000 watt power inverter wasn't getting enough power just with 2 batteries. So we have 2 batteries. We also have 2 alternators. One of the alternators is a custom, pretty much borderline custom, 310 amp at idle alternator. The other one is a factory 160 amp alternator. So right now we have at idle over 500 amps of available on-demand power in this thing. So much so that the fan is always rigged in so this way it takes some of the electrical shock. We've got 2 batteries here. Our brain cell is being charged first, going into the 12-volt battery, diesel vehicle battery we have in here. Those feed into a 4 or 3.5 farad capacitor, and then a 600 amp main kill switch, feeding into a 4,000 watt power inverter. We can not only run our smoke machine, our coffee maker, or anything. I'm gonna damn vacuum the grass before I set up the tent with a shop vac, just because I can.
Well, our tent goes on a car, but...
So I'm gonna vacuum the grass where the truck goes. But I'm just gonna vacuum the grass just because I can. Yes. On to other stuff to do. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully we don't set fires. We also have a new suspension system in
No more
here.
fires.
We have brand new coils, we have brand new shocks, we've got brand new to us wheels and tires.
And some new paper towels.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be fun this year. We have our new to us side steps that are pretty damn heavy duty.
We got our painter in the back painting.
Apparently you can't move things when you're painting. And also, look at these nice new to us seats out of a 2015 donor Cherokee. Bam, plush leather, fighting in style. Humvees don't have it this good.
Fighting in comfort.
And style, comfort and style,
Comfort
key
and
things.
style.
Like I said, our troops don't have it this good. Only the fucking luxuries in life. We also have a new monitor up there for all of our cameras, which is beautiful. A new dashboard. On top of the new dashboard, we actually have power outlets. Power outlets! Commodities in life! All we need is power from a 5-volt USB. We have it now. Pretty excited.
Oh, you can close that.
Dimitri says he is killing the whiskey before he touches the meat.
Well, Chris just seems to overlook the safety aspects.
What?
Yo, Schwartz,
Oh, we also have.
step on the brakes.
You gotta turn the power on first.
Oh.
And the 3 ignition switches.
Ooh, that's
There we
good.
go.
We now
middle one, not so
We
much.
now
Middle
have
fuel
brake
pump.
lights.
That one's fuel pump?
Yeah. Look at the brake lights. They're so pretty. Yes.
Yes. And tail light too, right?
What's the third one?
The third one is accessories. All right, so 1 and 2, or 1 and 3. 1 is ignition, 3 is accessory, 2 is fuel.
One accessories on?
4 is fan.
Why is this fucking water? Dennis, how thick is your piece? Why is it water?
It's supposed to be. Yeah, that's what it is, like 1 and 2. That, the next one is the fan. You never go
This is why it takes so long, right?
Well, what are we doing about the hood?
You want to pop it back?
You got it, boss.
Pop it back?
You got it, boss.
Do we have a...
I like it like this.
Hey, where the fuck did my molly webbing piece go? That little shit.
No, I want to put this
Bring
on
up.
the fucking wall up there. That HDMI output, we have a splitter, the HDMI, since the fucking cameras up here also.
Put the strapping screw to the back of that and then hang it on the
Oh, you're talking about
Oh, I almost just tripped over my own. Huh? It's just water.
Yeah?
Just water, actually.
You know, Frank has been bitching.
Freshly filtered water.
Well, we have a splitter and HDMI, so it's...
Hey,
I feel
Dennis,
like this is a very precarious place for a
can I have your painting with
monitor to be. What do you think?
We're gonna, huh?
I feel like this is a very precarious place for the monitor to be.
Ah, it's alright, it's not really going anywhere. Kind of. But it's gonna go inside the tank also.
Heads up. What's up?
Just gotta figure out how.
Well, I'm just like spraying it on. You know what
Whoever does all the stripes and everything, have to read anything to anyone.
So it's okay if I do that? I'm not getting it in the middle.
I can.
But
Well, I need to respray everything.
I used to just put this on the wall.
That's the problem.
Well, the problem with that is flip it over. First your mind, and then pop out straight out the back. So you have to make sure that it goes on the wall, but without crushing the connection or damaging the connection.
Or just like snug against the...
I've already tried going against that wall. You can.
So how's about this? You were thinking about strap on the outside of it, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so I was thinking the same thing. So why don't we do this? Why don't we take like a piece of wood or like some of that bar and glue it to the fucking to somewhere on here so this way it'll give it some spacing for the two connectors to plug. And then we strap it to the wall.
Yeah, there's probably some small
Yeah, you already
pieces
see
of
a piece over here. I think we'll do
Yeah,
it.
take
I'll just
PO.
put like one piece here.
Take PO glue and fucking right there.
Dude, that's what I'm gonna do. One piece
You
right
want it
here.
down here, is this way? Oh yeah, yeah.
No, right here.
Okay.
And then I'll strap it to the fucking wall. Alright, cool. Excellent.
So you're gonna glue it to the wall?
No, we're gonna glue a spacer onto the back of it because the cables need a little bit of clearance, like the power cables. Clearance. So we're gonna glue a piece of something onto the front of it, and then strap it to the wall.
And what type of glue would you be using? Elmer's glue?
Yes, Elmer's glue.
A glue stick?
No, the kind I used to eat.
Hot glue? Used to.
I just sniff it now.
I live with you. You can't hide things from me.
Hey, Sean, where's that gorilla trap? Woo!
I just don't answer.
what's behind want to hear about this part.
That garage door's gonna have to get open soon.
You leaving?
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Bye-bye. Yeah. Bye, Indian Nut.
Bye.
I'm not gonna get out of here. You want me to like to do running so later? I'm gonna get out of here.
Alright, bro. See you later.
On the inside of the passenger hatch.
What do you got? So you ready? Sports.
The passenger door? The door or the hatch up there? Which part are you talking about?
Saturday or both Saturdays? You want to stay over or drive back to the
Yeah, I might. Next weekend?
Yeah, following?
Yeah.
Good, come now.
Yeah, I might.
We're going out Saturday night, so if you want to come with us, you can. You can.
I'm gonna try to be here earlier tomorrow. Today it's not possible.
Dimitri wants to know what is the bit on the inside of the passenger door.
A bit?
I'm assuming he means this.
What, this?
Yeah.
That can double as putting some of your crap in here or mully-webbing a pouch to it. That's for pods, accessories, you name it, you can put it in there.
Snacks.
Snacks,
Beer.
red crayons.
Now tomorrow, this is going to be ready for logos.
Just the right side.
Dude, the whole thing looks fucking clean.
Still got to do the left side.
The whole thing looks fucking clean. So, well, Kenny, I know. We're trying to discuss a game plan for tomorrow.
Oh,
This whole that door gets touched up tonight, right? And you know, I know Dennis will finish the arsenal town over there. Like, you know, like, cover the other side. So this side tomorrow, we're ready for Frigature to put all of our everything. You know, we're trying to be ready for that tomorrow. And then by the time you guys get finished with that, just keep drying and we can get all of that done tomorrow. We're not doing small shit. We're doing wild geese, Punishers Paintball, we always
What's the matter?
Too short.
I think it gives like a different bet, right?
So dope.
So I'm trying not to have to make sure to do like a shitload of touch-ups.
The name of the tank, my Herrin, right there.
Right?
The wild, it's wild booster. It's
Chris,
we need to choose the sponsored by. We have those also. Yes.
tell everybody about the stencils that are going on.
Okay, well, we'll try to figure that out right now. All right. Well, kind of. So what we're gonna do is tomorrow we're gonna be doing all the stenciling on both sides of this thing. Again, it's really a pain in the butt, but hey, we got to do it. So all of our sponsors are going to end up going on the back over here, which is really only two. Cousins being our major sponsor, so Cousins going to get a nice little thing over here. Creative Designs from Pete Medic over there, who has gifted us with beautiful hoodies.
Model them for us.
Oh my goodness. And actually, the greatest thing about this is Dennis can hear also. Every single hoodie that Pete made us is different and unique. Different picture of the tank in action on every single hoodie, with everybody's different name and call signs on the front. They're really nice hoodies. Call Pete Medic if you want a hoodie. Creative Design. So we're gonna put them, all of our sponsors, on the duck ass over here. Then what we're gonna do is everybody always seems to get confused. Oh, because we have Cousins on it. Oh, is that the Cousins tank? Oh, is that the Wild Geese tank? Oh, is that this? No. No.
Whose tank is it?
It is the damn Punisher Paintball LI NY tank. We built it, we created it, we made it, we birthed it, it's ours. So, that being said, we're going to have a nice created by over here with Punisher Paintball LI NY. We're going to have our other sister team, or mother team I should say, the Wild Geese on the bottom. We're going to have the name of the tank on the side of it. We're going to keep it simple, a couple skulls around. And, I mean, the tank right now looks fantastic. The touch-up paint that Chris and Dennis has been doing all day. But as soon as the stencils go on, this thing's really going to pop. It's going to be good.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll see you at like 10 o'clock in the morning.
You right?
Bye. See you soon.
Yeah, bye. Yep. Make them safe.
Yes. I will see you later.
Enjoy. Big heads up to Chris, who lives out in Jersey. Come out with us.
Yeah, I'm like the only idiot who lives that far away.
It's only a state away. No big deal. No big deal. I'll take care of it. What happened?
Nothing, we're touching up. You want that on green and this on black, right? You don't get that?
Don't, the paint's Dennis.
That one's black, so that's black.
Yeah.
Green?
Yep.
Hi, Jack.
Mr. Jack Healy.
Jack!
Phoenix!
Mr. Phoenix, come on down. You've won a prize of, I don't know.
Been getting to watch us myself.
Yeah, you get to watch us fuck up, Jack. That's your prize.
More like watch you fuck up.
Oh. That was very mean.
Whoever jumps on, let us know that you're here because we can't see who's here. Yeah, it doesn't tell me like who's watching. It just tells me that people are watching.
Last I saw
Nothing on it?
It doesn't say.
No, I'm putting on my laptop.
It doesn't say.
Is the boy still on?
unsure of
Dimitri
what it
hanging out all night with us and being
Yeah, is Dimitri hanging out?
Dimitri, you still here?
Watching now. Dimitri, Franny, Jack.
Oh, Fran, you with us
Where
in
does it
spirit?
say watching now?
Watching now.
Click on that. Nothing has gone on fire yet, Jack, believe it or not.
Today.
Today.
Liza?
This hour. No, we did have a fire earlier today, but it was in my
Oh,
truck.
actually, yep, that's a lie.
You had a fire today?
Yo!
Yeah, I set my truck on fire.
Not me!
Not it
His
either.
own truck, he said.
I set my truck on fire.
Yeah, we almost lost to Dakota.
Yeah, I almost lost the Dakota a little bit. I was being stubborn. Kenny came running over with the fire extinguisher in hand, and I told him that if you, spray me with this, I will hit you with it. So, guess who didn't get Kenny?
His own truck on fire.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Oh, and
Where'd I put my-
here on out, if anybody ever gets sprayed in the face, any part of the body with a fire extinguisher that's a chemical compound, it's known as Kenny.
I
Kenny.
never set the tank on fire.
I don't care. It's being
And
called
you all
Kenny.
got pissed because of my quick
None of
reaction
us
time
are the
with
ones
my,
who came in like,
non-fire extinguisher.
fire! That was the Kenny move. So it's being known as the Kenny.
Fire!
Hey, at least he acted quick. In an
You know what?
emergency
He's right.
situation.
Hold on.
You know what? If you ever went
I
to
could point some fingers though, because you may not have been the one that actually set the tank on fire.
I caused it.
you know what? We have it on the security cameras inside the house over there. So if Kenny ever wanted to go and join the fire department, we have his video application.
He may have not set it on fire, but he is the one that caused it.
That's going on America's Funniest Home Video.
The fire might not have been a fire if somebody didn't fill some shit with some flammable stuff.
Whoop.
Oh,
Jackass.
it's not broken, it's good. Might be off the dogs. Hey, you want to kiss that?
No, thank you. I'm on a diet, you bastard.
Kit Kat! Everybody wants a Kit Kat.
Stop being a bad influence.
Yeah, he's a bad influence.
Lies, she buys like tons of candy and never eats any of it.
I want
because
him to get
scarf it
fat.
the fuck down.
I want him to get fat so I feel better about myself.
Oh, that looks nice.
Get a new can.
Get a new can.
That's empty. There's nothing in that.
Come on, Dodo.
I mean, it's not like we don't have a couple of cans.
Kenny, tomorrow before this thing gets fired up, we gotta clean the edges out.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of shit, you know.
I know.
Why couldn't I spread it?
Alright.
Here goes
nothing.
Where the hell am I? Just taking the pic.
Yo. Look at that airplane. Give me your thoughts.
Let me say.
You're swinging it now, huh?
What?
You gotta watch the dripping, Liza.
And you're too close.
Yeah, you're too close.
That's perfect.
I'm just, okay. Look, I'm trying to save you the bitching from Dennis. Okay.
See you later, Dimitri.
Bye, Demetra.
Bye, D.
Everybody say bye.
Follow shit.
Alright.
What's he been doing with his finances? Has he been saving?
I have no idea. He had no choice but to save some because he was getting that government 401k.
They're going to take like 6% of his salary.
Liza, do you want a chair to stand on?
No, because the only one that's high, I'm not touching the diamonds because I ain't fucking it up. I'll be responsible for some stuff, but not that. Oh god.
Why you gotta shut the music down?
Because it's too loud.
No such thing.
Are you going to put my concert?
Fuck yeah, we are.
How's it too loud, Brennan?
Liza's, it's too loud, I can't hear anything. Liza is, touching up paint on the hood.
I can't wait. It's gonna be the Slipknot Fest on Long Island. Knot Fest.
Tell everyone about our...
Knot Fest.
No, Chris. Our, why we're doing all this?
Why don't you tell him?
For the parades for Rocky Point and Ronkonkoma. Well, Rocky Point's our first one. It starts on where? 25?
Yeah, it's on 25A
25A?
in
Miller Place?
Miller Place on Sunday the 17th.
Oh wait, by the Flying Pig. Right in front of there. That's where they're starting.
Oh, it starts by the Flying Pig Cafe and goes all the way to Broadway in Rocky Point. And then the following weekend, we're going to be doing the Ronkonkoma Parade I have no idea what the details are for that.
It starts at Patrick Holbrook Road, on Portion Road at 2 p.m. I believe. It's on the Punisher page as well. It should be at least, if not it will be. And then it goes to Ronkonkoma Avenue. It's a shorter one. It's only a mile, 2.5 miles, something like that. Rocky Point's is 6 miles. So if you're not doing anything and you want to come out and breathe your ass off with us, come right ahead.
Paint this after you paint the other side. This can get painted up real quick.
Right, so if you have something working on the inside and I can help you, I'll just start painting that. And I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
We also have to, well, this week, you know what? Then I'm gonna take those tires with me to work,
Yeah,
and I gotta dismount those tires and the wheels.
definitely.
Just this way we can get it fuck in here. Unless you could think of a better way.
I can't, and that's what the problem is, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. Like,
Not
There
bottles.
is no better way.
so the problem that we're all talking about
I
is
even
the
voted
fact
for brick.
that we fixed the suspension. Chris and myself and Kenny fixed the suspension and got new tires and wheels for the tank. But now we gained about 6 to 9 inches
Yeah.
of
Height.
height and size. And now we don't think we're going to be able to get the tank in and out of the garage because it's going to be too tall. So we're trying to figure out another solution. We haven't been able to find one yet, other than either totally deflating the wheels, which is not going to work, or taking the wheels off and putting another set on each and every time we get back here to the garage.
I was just sitting and singing to the slam down at any moment.
Why does he put the volume back on this thing?
I don't know.
Where's from Alberta?
Because he wants to hear it.
I just had it somewhere.
Right there?
Oh, yes, thank you.
But he's here. He knows what.
That's fucking dope. Yeah. It's unused space.
I don't know why.
Oh my god. Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, so the only way we figured out that we're going to be able to get the tank in and out of this garage with the turret on,
We can do one long one, I can just rip it.
we have to take the old wheels and tires that we have, and I have to bring them to my job. I have to dismount the tires. So this way it's just removing about 4 to 6 inches of sidewall of tire. Hopefully we can have the clearance to not have to take the turret on and off every time to make it in and out of the garage. That dropping right there hopefully will bring it down to a point where we can get it in and out. But in order to, so this way we don't destroy the concrete here, I'm gonna have to take those rims and I'm gonna have to wrap them in like a layer of carpet with duct tape. Just this way it's something where it's not destroying the concrete or the wheels. Yeah. And Mr. Rob Whittegren, thank you for that. America. High life. Fuck yeah. No. I opened mine.
Oh, beer thief.
Freezing in here.
Beer
Mine's
thief.
back on the paint stand, never mind.
No, yours is over here, Liza.
No.
If anybody jumps on, give us a shout. Let us know that you're here.
Alright, where's that strap at?
You guys want something on my couch inside?
No, it's metal strapping.
Underneath. And that's the bigger strapping. There should be smaller strapping up against the wall.
Matt, we will be at Big Game with the tank.
Who says that?
Somebody named Matt.
Matt? I'm gonna look on Matt Tara. Yeah, Matt Tara, we're gonna be at Big Game. You said the smaller strap over here, Sean?
It should be along the wall right there.
You got the heavy duty stuff right there.
Yeah, but we don't need the heavy duty stuff. Yeah, the other stuff?
Yeah, we're good. Alright, so it was up here. Now it's.
Oh yeah, Liza said it. Sorry.
What?
Nothing. We're good.
Keep an eye out on our Facebook page. We should be posting a finalized list of what games we plan to do this year. Sometime soon.
That's the big beefy shit. There is cinnamon sauce.
Got a pair of shoes that you took it?
That's heavy duty crap. I don't know. I don't know where the lighter shit went.
Jesus.
I'll probably find it as we're doing it.
Yep. That's how it always goes. Huh? You always look for something, then you find something like weeks later after you're actually looking for it.
Like the winch?
No, the controller for the winch. I'm still a little butthurt about that one.
Like that pack of cigarettes?
Like, yeah, from 6 years ago.
No, the only difference is you never
No,
found it.
No, we never found it.
Huh?
Thank God. I don't want him to find it.
Not like
Not like, yeah, I was gonna say, not like he would smoke them now because he doesn't smoke anymore.
Yeah, he got pissed off at me before for lighting one.
Yo,
Because he doesn't
thank God
like the
you don't
smell
work.
anymore.
That's all I have to say, Dennis.
I mean, it works for me now.
No. I mean, like, actually, like, at work.
Well, now it's smoking the bay, aren't I?
No, it's even New York State law. You're not allowed to smoke in the shop, but guess what?
smoking
They
shop.
fucking do it anyways. So, Bill, my genius boss, decided to move another guy in the back, and the other guy smokes. Hey, what's happening, Connor? How you been, pal? Whoa. So yeah.
Dinnerman!
Yeah.
What's up?
So anyways, they decided that, they're gonna put another guy next to me, which I'm not, whatever. You can put somebody else, but the guy smokes also.
See you later, Jack.
So the guy would always be like, yo,
Is
like,
Jack leaving?
Yeah, I think
forget
Jack's taking off.
constantly.
Oh,
So
bye,
just, like,
Jack.
say something, right? Or like look at me in a weird way. So I kind of got tired of looking at him way. I kinda
Unless you were
ended up
saying
telling
goodbye
him,
to
like,
Dimitri.
dude, you
He
do it
said
alone,
that
like,
way
you may or may not be eating through a fucking bag for the next month.
Sorry, Dennis.
Like I might get to that level of anger with you.
Jack says, so do I need to go to Home Depot for another fire extinguisher, or do I just bring a bottle of Gentleman?
Just bring the bottle of Gentleman. We'll extinguish the fire with our urine.
Ew. Ew.
Why do you think that firemen are always drunk?
The first thing was get a beer.
Yeah, seriously, that's it. Get a beer.
I guess I should take that as a tip.
Hey, yes. Kenny would make an excellent fireman. And it'll probably lower your taxes too. Huh? We know, Liz.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
Thank you.
There's no reason.
Wait, what about, what was that, Liza?
It's a great idea. Your taxes will go down with your life.
No
What-
reason.
What was that, Liza?
Nothing. Liza has nothing to say.
Stop. What'd you say?
I said, I've always had a thing for firemen.
Ass. Ass.
Oh!
Here, you want a chair?
Oh!
Oh my god, it is freezing in here.
What are you talking about, freezing? It's hot as dog shit.
Where's your sweater, damn it?
Well, Chris, help me with my sweater.
Yeah, let me grow a third arm out of my ass real quick.
Chris,
Hold on.
help me with my sweater.
Can you fly me to Chernobyl in 0.2 seconds and back? I need some radiation doses so I can grow a third arm out of my butt.
People who live in Chernobyl are gonna be really offended.
Well, that's okay.
Thank you.
I don't really think I care about people in
Ah,
Chernobyl.
blah, blah, blah.
They're radioactive.
Rude as hell.
They're all
Every single person in Chernobyl.
everyone.
I really don't think
Like
that
deer
you're
in
right.
Riverhead, they all glow in the dark. There you go.
We can't use them in the sport, and they get hit too much.
I really don't think you're right.
I could be. You never know.
I don't think you are.
I think I am.
No, I meant.
You're usually not.
Odin.
Give me you put another rack with it?
I'm going to see what this can do fully loaded. This is how many pounds you fit this.
What about putting?
But I'm saying the amount of pods here.
You're right.
And then stand up. Well,
I just have a
If you
feeling that that's gonna.
well, whatever. You take these out.
If this doesn't work, what if we put just shits and giggles? What if we put another piece of that rack system
Yeah.
and just have haulers in here, and then the shooter will load out of the hauler?
Maybe, but then trying to take a hauler and put it out.
Don't
through-
think a hauler.
It's gonna get messy.
I hear you.
It's gonna get messy.
I hear you. Well,
What? Yes, I'm trying to see. I want to see how much it can hold. Like the weight. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
hey, pull my finger.
No.
Come on. Come on.
Gross.
Get another hauler.
What speed are you putting in there?
Old skirmish thing. Hey! Watch where the fuck you spraying.
Are you spraying through the window?
Pull the flap then.
Pull the flap down.
No, this is paint on my sweater. That's I should have hands off.
Spokane, Washington, huh? Hey, honestly, bud, I would love to come out to Spokane, Washington, but that's a bit of a hike from where we are. Like,
At least a 15-hour drive.
I would actually love to actually take this thing to a super game on the West Coast, but that's like days of towing. The logistics are a nightmare. Just to put it in a little lightly, every time we leave the island, we face, towing this thing, a $40 toll on the bridges. Just because
Just
of the
one-
axles.
one toll.
One toll on one bridge.
That's not even getting out of New York State.
That's not even getting out of New York State. Okay, we got to go over another bridge where they don't really hit you on the way out. But when you come back in, all right. So yeah, it's a little getting on and off the island. But Washington, that's a hike, pal.
Yo, come down and show some of the pictures of the top.
What?
Come down, put some of those pictures.
Hey, put some of the pictures of your markers up. I would love to see some of your custom work. As you see, this is our custom work. We also have custom markers and everything else too. We're always working on stuff. I'm actually, if you're interested, dude, I'm trying to work right now on a loader system for the turret, which is going to involve a whole bunch of these little guys feeding into copper tubes. This way it wraps on the inside of here. Why? Because I hate reloading a hopper inside of a tank. It's really a bit of a pain in the ass. So if I could have a constant, we had a max loader in the turret. Max loader worked out great, except it's really cumbersome. There's really nowhere good to put the thing for it to work great. So we have to design our own. Yay! Is there anything else?
Dude, this is gonna work. Oh yeah.
So, gunners. when we first started this tank, we had 2 spots. 3 on occasion. One is obviously the turret. The turret sits on top of here. Come on over here. The turret sits on top of something called a pallet carousel. The pallet carousel is pretty much just a giant ring that sits on top of the tank. And it's a giant steel ring with a whole bunch of roller bearings that go all around it. The other side is mounted on the bottom of the turret itself. So that and the back over here on the rear gunner used to be the only 2 spots where you could really get out, right? And then we have a cutout over here in the front. The cutout in the front was the other location where you could gun from, but it wasn't really that effective. Because you can only really get so much angle or something on somebody, right? Actually, Sayer Harrington, he was a gunner for us during Ion, not this past Ion, but the Ion
2017.
17, he was sitting in here, and there's only so much you could have used from. So what we did is we added 2 hatches to both the driver and navigator side. So now we actually have 2 gunners that go in the rear. We use our females back there because they're small and they can get in and out of tight places. So we have 2 gunners in there. We have the one in the turret, and then we have the 2 over here. So we've got 5 gunners.
Fuck you! Fuck you! No, fuck you!
You're out! No, you're out!
Get out of my dojo!
Well, Bruce, you got it, pal. Last year, hey, we had some, technical malfunctions on the beach. We kind of got caught with our pants down, and you broadsided us, and you got the best of us. Hey, everybody's got their weak points, right? We'll see you on the beach this year, though.
Got some surprises for you.
Ralph says he wants to take his tank to Fulda Gap.
We're actually talking with a few people right now to take our tank to Fulda Gap this year as well.
Let's go to the Gap.
I'm really, really trying to get going on this game from what I understand. I've seen all the videos about Fulda Gap. Yeah.
You should talk to his tower.
We need to talk to our logistics crew about getting down to the game. But if we do, Mr. Engler and I have been chatting the past few weeks. So we'll be seeing about that game. But it's on our list of really good possibilities and maybe a good season ender.
Ralph says, how long have you been tanking?
Officially?
6 years.
Well, no. How long?
Officially 3.
3 years officially. This tank has been 6 years in the making. Yes, 6 damn years. It took to build
3
it.
years building it.
I say 4 because we started tanking when Liv's turning 4 this year.
Okay, so yeah,
yeah.
we've had 4 seasons in this tank. Our seasons have usually started in June and ended what? October?
The latest
November?
game was November.
So this year we're going to try to extend it. We're going to see what we can do, but we're going to try to make it out for OTP, their Heroes and Villains game. We're going to try to make it out. No promises about it.
Also Clone Wars.
And also Clone Wars and a couple other things.
When was that? The winter, anything after
It's the one you guys won't be able to make.
Anything after October is weather permitting.
Right. We're going to try to make it a little bit bigger this year. We're doing 2 parades, and the whole reason we're doing the parades, one of the parades is actually next weekend. It's in Rocky Point, New York. My wife and I live out there. Look, we want to grow the sport. We want to see more people come out, especially for our home field for Cousins. We want to see more people at big game. We want to see more people at a game that the Geese and the Punishers are doing called Pause for Pause. It's actually going to have a really interesting plot this year. So, and plus it's also a charity game. It goes for a great cause. It goes for Little Shelter Animal House. They're a rescue. Yeah, check that game out too. That's going to be great. You know what? Tell me a game anywhere on the Eastern Seaboard where they actually use a helicopter for the game. That's big game at Cousins. June 1st and 2nd. Be there. Or be square. And if you're on the opposing side, look, I'm sorry. You get shot by the tank, don't shoot me back. because I'm gonna get pissed and I'm gonna fucking light you up. Just walk off the field.
Ralph, we have done a live video during a game once. It proved to be very difficult.
We're we're trying
dealing
to get better cameras, better equipment, stuff like
But
that.
also, it was difficult to do the live video because of like service. We didn't have service at the time, so we're gonna try and do it more this year, and we're gonna try and get more videos out on our YouTube channel. Bruce says it's on this year, head-to-head, Reaper and Punisher. We got the beer.
Bruce, I can't wait. Bring it on, pal.
What?
We'll bring our game, you bring yours, dude. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be great. I like this rivalry. It's kind of fun. By the way, Bruce, if you need any help with your tank or pointers, you know, and like looking, you know, like a tank and less like a Jeep, let me know.
He's kidding.
I'm kidding. No, it looks good though, dude. I can't wait for the game.
I know which one it is. I know which ones it is.
All right, let me get you mounting that monitor in there.
So here's our social media information. Not moving. So our YouTube is Punisher Paintball LINY.
I noticed.
We only have a couple videos up right now. We're still trying to build it. We started it kind of late in the season last year. So once this season starts, we'll be getting more videos up there.
We actually have so much damn footage, we just don't have the time to put it all together.
Stop shaking.
Sorry. Sorry. No, it's that. I think it's that middle. The zip screw. The zip screw. Right below the left. There's nothing in there, dude. You can't. There's no thread on it.
So Daryl said that he heard that tanks are not going to be at Super Game anymore. Is that true? I was so looking forward to seeing yours talking to that guy Ralph. And Ralph said, "No, it's not. We're working on insurance." So it seems like there are more people having insurance issues out there.
Honestly, Frank, I'm not sure.
Who's Frank?
Or who said that? Ralph? Yeah.
It's a conversation between two people.
The whole insurance thing. Look, we were really looking forward to doing.
It has nothing to do with.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying the insurance policies in this game. We got to figure out that stuff because there's. You know what? I think we might start doing some videos a little bit more often, just so this way we can educate more people on tanking, what it takes putting this into this stuff, and not only that, the most important fact, the insurance guidelines and regulations that we are going to strictly adhere and enforce pretty much on the tankers that we see, help everybody out, but we're not only trying to set the bar in the wow factor, but we're also trying to set the bar for the safety factor also.
Tanking's cool, but
tanking, exactly. Tanking is awesome. It's cool. If anybody wants to build a tank, let us know. We always need more targets to shoot at.
People to play with. Damn right.
I'm not gonna, you know, it's no fun only being two tanks in the game. You kind of get bored, you know. I don't sugarcoat shit. When do you guys know me to sugarcoat shit? I don't got time for sugarcoat crap.
I was doing some research.
Safety is a huge thing.
I was doing some research on insurance, and it seems like there's a couple companies out there that do quote-unquote paintball insurance, but it seems like it's more insurance for fields, but I think we're going to contact those companies and see if they offer insurance for paintball tanks.
That's pretty much what we've been doing.
Hey, Kenny,
it's a tough.
Yeah, it's very difficult to find
very, very
insurance. The base vehicle is a Mazda B4000. Chris, base vehicle, Mazda B4000.
Oh, yeah, the base vehicle is a Mazda B4000 98 model year. It's also pretty much identical to any Ford Ranger that is 97 and older. It's a V6 4-liter. It's got 4-wheel drive. It's a manual transmission, manual locking hubs. I just recently installed the second alternator. I've got 530 amps at idle flowing through this fucker.
Your mom says hi.
Hi, Ma.
What's that,
Hey, Mrs.
Liza?
Montel.
Anyone ask a magical question of how much is put into this yet?
Nobody has asked how much we spent.
How much you spent?
Yeah.
The game keeps going.
How much did we spend?
Between everyone.
I want to say, on a solid average, it's been what?
I say at least like 30.
No, yeah, you know what? It's probably about
1,500 a year.
$30 to $40,000 collectively has been spent on this.
Between everybody buying little
Oh, there's the
parts here
magic
and
question.
there.
Daryl just said, how much did you spend?
Yeah, about $30 to $40,000 in cash and countless hours, and countless money in hours putting everything together.
See, I don't know about
the
how you guys do it with your tank builds. Do you work on it every day when you get home? Do you work it on the weekends? Do you work on it a week before the game?
I know some tankers.
Some tankers wait a week before the game. Some tankers work on it year round. We're one of those tankers that work on it year round. If I'm not working on it, he's working on it. And it's always right after work or any day that we have free time.
The tank's name literally came from that. I don't know if you guys ever known this, but mine Herrin is German for my mistress. This tank is famous amongst us for almost causing 3 divorces and 1 divorce before it even freaking got into a marriage. Reason being is because we set ourselves for a deadline for big game. This thing had to go to big game. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. It was being debuted. We worked on it long enough. We need to go play with this thing. We need to fight with this thing. It also happens that I was planning a wedding.
And my daughter was being born that year too.
There was so much going on, but and it was
all
literally
the stress levels.
So I live 56 miles from my job one way. All right, 56 fucking miles one way. I got to travel on 3 separate highways to get there, to get to fucking back roads of people who don't know how to fucking drive. Anyways, I digress.
That's besides the point.
Besides the point. So, I have to be at work at 7:30 in the morning, which means if I leave my house anywhere later than 6:30, guess who's screwed? I don't leave work scheduled till 4:30, but I usually
You leave around 5:30.
5:30, 6 o'clock is typically when I leave around. So for 6 months straight, this thing was consuming our lives. Oh, yeah. I would do work. As soon as I would get out of work, no, I'm talking about this is the one that killed Bradley and everything else. This is like the hardcore push. This was like the hardcore
The one right
push.
before big game.
Yeah, to get this thing done and in fighting condition. I would leave work. I would come here. We would work on this thing till about midnight. I get home.
Yeah, 1:30.
Midnight
Sleep for
to
3
1.
hours, go to work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly. Drive a half an hour home, sleep for 3 hours, wake up, repeat 6 months straight for that. That took a lot of time, a lot of energy. But you can't put a price tag on that.
Daryl says his son's dream is to build a paintball tank out of a 4-wheeler or Jeep.
I got 2 of them in the backyard.
I suggest going with
You want one?
Oh man.
I can
And
sell.
Ralph
Sure it's
says
mechanically sound.
Hey,
No, you don't need to make sure about that.
not
Who
all the
needs that?
stuff in my backyard is shit.
Look, if you don't catch fire or the wheels don't fall off, you're good.
Ralph says tankers are passionate.
You have no idea, Ralph. That is
Well, Ralph,
for
are you
us.
is he a
That's an
tanker?
understatement.
Yeah? Good on you,
Tankers
man.
are badass people.
Only the crazies build tanks. Only the crazies.
And why not? All right, so if somebody asks, why build a tank? All right, so if you're regular paintball or walking onto the field, you get shot, you walk off, you come back on, you get shot, you walk off again, you come back on, you get shot, you walk off. Look, you see, I have a big problem with one particular word in that.
Too much walking.
Walk. I don't like to walk anymore. My fucking bones and hips hurt. I did way too much bullshit. Okay? I want to sit inside a vehicle that I built.
Where's
and
my-
I wanna
where's my little
lay
violin?
hate and watch all of the people cry underneath their masks.
Where's my violin?
To me, that right there is why we built this. Ah!
Daryl,
Eat my shit!
our YouTube channel name is Punisher Paintball LINY. And
Right
then
here.
we have 2 Facebook pages. One is Punisher Paintball
That's
LINY,
the cables
and
and the
one is
thing.
Mine Herrin, the
All
Punisher
right, but
Paintball
here's one
tank.
thing. You put that there. This one doesn't go there now.
I know. Where do you want this thing?
I could put this rack down here and make it longer.
How about if we just put
Bruce
this here?
says, I hear you, bro. Already 3,000 in the hole with Reaper, but
Right
no
there.
wife, so safe there. LOL.
So then what? The haulers are fucking blocking it?
Pretty much. It's just for show.
Okay.
Right?
Well, unless we put masks up here and then the haulers down there.
We could do that.
You know?
And the haulers up here.
Yeah.
Mask rack.
Well, there's always a few extra masks sitting in this fucking thing. Every time we go out on a
You know what?
run,
I
there's
like the
always
idea
either scattered masks,
I like the idea of the mask
pods,
rack being
air
there.
tanks all over the place.
We
so,
could fill up more spots for mask racks.
What we came up with was, instead of doing a crude design with wood and trying to make it look good,
Yeah,
but
you
it
have
was
any more of
really
those?
being a lot of work. What? Any more of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're either on that wall or that wall, wherever the pegboard is. So we came up with this. This is a what? $15 rack from Walmart, and you
Look,
get these
this'll
little
work.
hooks, and they pop on and off. Pretty cool. They're meant for yard equipment or whatever the hell you have hanging in your garage, but we can hold haulers on here. And then I also had bought from Home Depot was your brackets that you use for, making shelving in your home. What I did was take the regular bracket, bought it for the $4 that it cost, cut the little arms on the insides, shorten them up so this way I can give the right angles, so this way it's level and straight so the haulers sit nice and straight. Well, with the hard angle here, I had to really, bend it nice and hard and then re-weld it all together. Yeah, what the fuck is that? So,
You bend it nice and
now
hard.
we have this big monitor here, and we're going to fit this on the back wall somewhere over here, so this way our loader can have visibility of outside events going on, and maybe in the future some more gun ports.
So what do we see on these monitors?
These monitors,
See all the cameras.
it's mimicking what this monitor is doing. It's showing you all the view from all the cameras.
So where do we have cameras on this?
everywhere.
So our
know what?
first camera
You wanna,
is right here on the inside. That is our
Dennis, can you connect the battery?
that is our center inside camera. That gets everything inside here. That gets a nut
Yeah.
shot of the turret gunner. That gets everybody in here pretty much. You can see the inside
We'll turn 'em
of the
on.
entire. Well, yeah, go ahead, turn it on.
Oh,
Get that remote.
just put the wire on it.
So we have 6 cameras total. You have front, middle,
You could break.
rear. You have. Give me a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna hear that annoying ass thing for a second.
That's just the DVR.
No, it's the inverter saying it's got low power.
I don't know, because I can't see what you're saying.
What are you talking about?
What is that sound?
That is the inverter.
Sorry about the sound, guys. The inverter is yelling.
I didn't put any more phone.
Battery charger, huh?
Sorry, Daryl. Sometimes I talk too fast. I'm from Long Island.
What's up?
Want to shut this off?
No, I gotta put the charger on it. This way it'll shut off.
They're working on getting the tank on so that we can show you guys where all of our cameras are. So because there are not many viewpoints from inside of the tank, we had to figure out a way that we can see outside. So the solution was to put cameras on the outside. So, for example, that is one of our cameras. So they're outdoor cameras. They're waterproof, but we also had to figure out a way to make them, what's the word I'm looking for? Protected from, you know, paintballs being broken. So we have black casing that wraps around it, and then right on the lens there is a piece of plexiglass that can't be broken by the force of a paintball or a rocket. Lexan, that's what it's called. And then, so how many cameras are there? 9?
There are 6.
6. So there's 6 cameras. So there's 2 on each side. So 2 on this side, 2 on the other side, 1 on the front, and 1 on the back. So there's 7. And then 1 on the inside. So there's 7 cameras. So that way we have a 360 view of what's going on outside of the tank at all times. We do that for safety reasons because
They're also night vision too.
Yes, okay, it also has night vision. So, for safety reasons, so if we're backing up, the driver can't see what's behind us. Therefore, we have the cameras so they can see whether they're going to run somebody over or not.
Yeah, I'll plug that. You had that plug. You had it plugged in.
Yeah, that's why, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, smoke the sheets off. Alright, cameras are up.
Alright, cameras are up.
Okay, I'm taking a sip of water. Don't step on my charging cable.
I just got to set them in place. They're all over. They're all
Alright.
over the place. They're everywhere. These ports. That is the rear. This would be front, right?
So when we're on the field, the field, they assign us a ref for our tank, but we are not exactly comfortable with that because we've had some issues in the past.
Oh, that's
so
for
we
field.
also have one of our team members walk with the tank in a safety vest so that they can make sure that,
Safety precautions.
yeah, they can make sure that everything is as safe as it possibly can
And no
be.
one's lying down next to the tank when it's, you know, in a stuck position. Like if you get hit once with the rocket, you sit there for 5 minutes, you don't want someone laying down next to the tank in
That's
case you're
us.
going to run them over. So yeah, brand new monitor. This is a, what, 15-inch?
I think so, 15.
15-inch monitor, TV monitor, obviously. The other one that we had was a 19, and it was just too tall. You had to angle this thing all the way back to this back bar, so it would go from here to the back bar, and it would be angled, and then you would have to wipe it down every time because of all the spray. Now this one's 15. Now I can move this one all the way over, and you have all this room here in the dashboard to do whatever you need to do. Put stuff here, leave stuff there, and it's straight, no sun glare, no paint getting on it. And if you sit all the way back, you have clear line of sight of the windows. So nothing's interfering your field of view with the windows. So,
Sweet.
yeah, the reason why we did the cameras was because we found it increasingly hard the very first time we went out with this thing onto a field. We had a very hard time seeing out of this, obviously, as the windows are very, very small, narrow. So you would think that you would see pretty good out of this, but the old netting that we had was kind of like that old netting that fields would use it for the walls, pretty much like borderline. And Cousins had it sitting out in the back, and they said we're going to throw it out. So we said, hey, we'll take a few feet. Took a few feet, used it, noticed the paintballs would bounce off. A lot of splatter would come in. Chips would come in, half-size balls would come through, and you really couldn't see out of it. So then I kept shopping through Home Depot, Amazon, eBay, looking for some type of netting that would work. So the one piece of netting that I found that would work best, and I bought a few different variations, and I have sample tested, you know, shooting them out in the back, and it came across what's called pet netting. And, you know, you use this for the screens on your doors when you have pets that like to scratch the shit out of all your stuff. So this stuff, if it's done right and done so that it's tight when you're pulling it and you're setting it in, if the canvas is nice and tight, it will literally trampoline the balls right the hell back. If you do it wrong and you leave it loose, it's just going to gather up and the paint's just going to smudge over. You get very little spray coming out of this, coming inside. So on our bodies, we don't get that much spray. Most of the paint that gets splattered in here usually comes from falling overhead, when the player gets shot and the balls fall down, or if we're spilling pods left and right. But other than that, the netting has worked thus far very well. I see no problem with it. And my way of cleaning it when we're, you know, we come off a match and, you know, if you're doing like a weekend game and it's a 3-day game or a 2-day game, I have what we use a pump sprayer, you know, backpack pump sprayer. You get them at Harbor Freight. And you go on the inside and you freaking pressure the thing up and you just spray out. And it sprays all the debris outside onto the body and goes out into the floor. Makes it very easy to clean. You don't have to douse your entire vehicle with water trying to get it out. You don't have to use no crazy chemicals, just straight up water. Straight up water. If you want to try to use hot water, if you have availability of hot water, then good. If not, use cold water. It doesn't matter as long as you put pressure to it and it acts like a weak power spray, if you will. That worked for us. Also, we put the cage netting on the inside. So then the fabric netting is on the outside of the tank. And then there's a 1-inch space in between the fabric on the outside and the cage on the inside. Now the cage on the inside was put in for a very specific purpose. Because we have had this incident happen several times. Where rockets would come into the tank and shoot us either in the balls, the face, you know. All over the place. All bad news all the way around.
That's how
That's the reason one of our players is called Rocket Cock. Because if you face your attention to this little port right here, on this little port, it doesn't have the fabric on the outside, but it has the cage netting on the inside, but with the fabric, right? Now, one game, we forgot to put the cage back on, but we put the netting back on, thinking that it would hold and suffice. Well, lo and behold, a rocket from a man named Wade, who is now a legend in this tank. And
Hawaiian shirt guy.
We love you, Wade. Hawaiian shirt guy decided to send a rocket through this. Very accurately, by the way, from a very far distance. I give you props for that. Shot it right through this small window, came right through, and Bradley, who is now Rocket Cock, was standing right here. So his balls, your midsection is right here, prime for the taking, right? Prime for the picking. That rocket came right through and met his balls, and that was it. He was down and out for the count for the rest of that match, thus earning the name Rocket Cock. So yeah, we cage net all on the inside. No rockets come through. No paintballs come through unless through the top or inside.
I'm in here for a reason.
And yeah, just perfecting here and there. You know, she never looks the same year to year. There's always something different, always changing, every time. Yeah. So that's that. Inside here. We used to have a center console over here with everything on it, all the switches, all the wires. We decided to say, fuck all that bullshit.
Super in the way.
We need all the room we can for the gunners to move around and make it more accessible. So we are leaving the radios here, but they're sunken in more, so this way no one can bump into them. And we took the switchboard, which was here, and we took that out of here and put it up here into this box. So now all your switches are all up here. Everything's good. Thermostat, battery, gas, it's all here.
What is special about the gas pedal and the brake pedal and the clutch?
Well, this came off a project recently. So Odin had done we had built a bumper on his Dodge Dakota,
And then he found another bumper that would replace this bumper. Well, he came up with the idea of plasma cutting out Punisher stencils, Punisher skulls. So we had cut out these 2 template plates, but we never got around to making the eyes and the teeth and the nose and putting it back on there because we wanted to put lights behind his bumper, right? So I figured I'd take those and use them as new pedals, considering since our pedals were withering away and literally falling to pieces. Like you could take a piece of rubber off the pad and just peel it off.
Not the whole side, but
so I mocked up another Punisher skull. I plasma cutted out the eyes and the face and as best as I could. I placed them on there, and you have your gas, brake, and your clutch.
It's a millennial.
They don't touch each other.
Device.
Yeah, millennial anti-theft device.
You do realize you're millennials, right?
No. We're pre-millennial.
No.
Oh yeah, we're right on the border. We're 87. I don't think so.
So yeah,
Google
everything
it.
here.
That's okay.
Personally built,
There
but I did those
is a
skulls.
sect of us who refuse to say millennials because we know how to drive stick shifts. We know how to paint. We know how to do man shit. What are you
Paint.
doing?
And we don't, so we don't have to drive it.
That's my wife, by the way.
Yeah, that's Kenny's
Beautiful.
wife.
Yeah, you don't even have to go into steel barring. All you have to do is make 2 holes and the hook's hold.
Yes, our stick shift is a grenade.
So this was one of the very first things that we had built on this because we needed a way to shift her in and out through the backyard into the front yard when she was nothing but a ripped apart truck. So we built a little stick and then we took a bolt, sent it right down the bottom, welded it in there, and then just took the fuse out of here and presto changer, you got yourself a nice clutch handle. We do have bar taps, but couldn't find anything really. You know, the taps, handles for the tap handles.
Ralph wants to know if the body is wood or metal.
Wood, the body is metal. What is it, Dennis? 16 gauge skin or 22?
18.
18. Oh, 18. All right. Yeah. So that's the same width as the same width as the metal on your body for your car. So it's the same thickness. We bought it all from Metal Masters. I bought thousands of dollars of steel from Metal Masters.
Hey,
in the beginning, I was using parts from dishwashers. You know, the outside body skin from the dishwashers, anything that was thrown out, and it was hard because you had to work with the bends and you had to rebend everything and then take off the paint. I said, fuck it, I'm going to Metal Masters and I'll spend a couple $100 and get some steel.
Liza, can you grab me a
So this is all steel. You have 1.5-inch roll cage bar going all the way around
yeah,
and all the way back. You have 1-inch bar that is pretty much the skeleton frame that you see all around here. And
It's hard to see because of this light.
it is hard to see. Hold on, I can adjust that. So this is all 1-inch barring, and then inside here, inside all the panels, every panel that you can possibly see, there is this foam right here. This foam is 1.5 inches thick.
Where are these, Kenny? Sorry.
On either wall of the pegboards.
Hey,
So we have this 1.5 inch thick soundproof foaming. On one side it has, what is this? This plastic membrane, and on the other side it would have a sticky adhesive glue. And you just take the paper off and you put it in there and you sandwich the other plate right on top of it and you screw right in. This time we chose rivets after screwing it in, just make it look nice.
keep the caps on.
And yeah, before we used to not have any insulation in between the 2 panels, and we had a couple of guys put a couple thousand rounds into the tank. It sounded like thunder in here, right? It was like Hurricane Sandy all over again.
God! What is that?
Like, we had to get earmuffs for this fucking tank. We're like, this is absolutely bullshit. We don't need this. So we got through some various connections, very close connections. We got a couple of sheets, big sheets, 8x4 sheets of foam, and we layered out the entire tank in it. And
Got a ruler or something?
and no more thunder.
Never mind, I got some.
You don't even hear the paintballs. You really
Yeah,
don't.
it's
The
very
only
quiet
thing you
in here.
really hear are the rockets, or if someone's going
Asshole.
banging on it. Yeah, pretty much. That's all you hear. But that greatly improved a lot of things inside the tank, especially with sound quality. Able to hear everybody. We could hear each other. We used to have speakers in here for music. We took those things out because after a while we like to blast the radio out. So we put the speakers on the outside and took the speakers out of here. This way we can hear each other, converse with each other, figure out what we're all doing.
But we can still hear the radio.
Huh?
But we can still hear the radio.
But you can still hear the radio, yes. That is key.
And so can everybody else.
Yes.
And that's the important part. Morale is everything.
You're going through bars.
What?
You're going through bars.
I understand. I know that. It just, this bit sucks.
Yeah. Tough times when you ain't got the bits. You know how many fucking bits we go through? You have any idea how many fucking bits we go through?
Fuck your bit!
I probably spent at least $500 on bits, all various sizes. $500 on bits. Rivets, maybe a
We
good
ain't even getting into that.
500, maybe $1,000 on rivets.
Come on, you
There's
cunts!
probably over 600 rivets in this.
Hey. Chill.
He's sort of chill.
I got the hole.
See,
He got the whole.
and I can understand why a lot of other tankers build it out of wood, and I get it. It's
Pete says
very.
hi.
What's up, Pete?
Pete said, easy, Chris.
No! It's only full go!
I get why a lot of tankers build it out of wood. It's quick, it's easy, it's fast. You can manipulate wood very easily, much easier than you
it's only
can with
full-
metal. Metal is a lot of grinding, a lot of precise cutting, a lot of precise bending.
And a lot of cursing.
A lot of cursing, a lot of blood, a lot of
Sweat
cutting yourself
beers.
too. Yeah.
However,
I probably have my own blood on every single panel in this
I'm
thing.
going to say one thing about this. With the metal, we don't have to replace our panels every year. or
No,
two.
we don't. No warping. That's one key thing about deciding to do
Well,
this out of
no,
metal.
there
no
is
warping.
warping.
No. No, it's not. Where?
Ralph says his
And
tank
his
is out
brain.
of metal as well.
Very good choice.
Who
Very
says
wise
that?
choice.
Ralph.
Ralph.
Half?
I would like to know what
Only
tank
half?
you got, Ralph, and what it looks like. Send a picture on our page so this way we can see it. I don't
Yeah,
know if I've
message us
seen
a
it yet.
picture.
I don't know.
Ralph has the what? The Reaper tank, I think, right?
He does? Oh, is that the guy that said
think so.
broadsided us?
Ralph, what team are you from?
Was he the one that broadsided us?
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
Because whoever that tank was at Ion that broadsided us, man,
Pretty sure that's the Reaper tank.
what a dogfight. He came right over that fucking mound. He's like, fuck it, I'm not going down the trail. I'm going right over these mounds. And just unloaded
Yeah, but
6
we
guys
did
right on
really
us.
well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain. That was-
You almost made me puke. I had to hide behind you. You with your sex armor plating that you had on. This guy over here, all right, he's the spotter for the tank, so he walks with the tank in front, right? So we're at Ion, and Reaper tanks Reaper tank could not get through the trail to get to us. There was no way we were letting them. We were hammering them every time we went on that beach, and we were hammering them hard. At one point, they said, fuck this.
Wow.
We're going right over the mounds. Whoever's there, get out of the way. They went right over the mounds, came right up on us. They had the higher point, and they unloaded everything they had on our tank and anybody within the vicinity of that tank. I'm behind the tank, about 15, 20 feet, next to a mound in a bunker, and all I see is white mist coming over the other side of the tank. Nothing but white mist. I look over to my right a little bit, and there's this guy, the spotter, standing out there in the open, just like this. What's going on? And get white mist everywhere. Everywhere. Turns his back to them, and they're lighting this guy up. And just nothing but a white aura of paint and ooze coming off of him. And he shrugged it off. That plate armor you had was some pretty good stuff. What is that, motorcycle armor?
Best $25 I ever spent.
Chris
I
bought
have
that
the
same stuff.
I bought the same shit.
Ralph says he's with Team Walk-Ons.
Team Walk-Ons?
They are based out of Oregon, and
Oh.
their tank is called Black Sunshine.
Black Sunshine.
You know what, dude?
He's gonna send us a picture of his tank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go
I
on
need a
our
visual
Facebook.
representation.
Just direct message us something about your tank.
Yeah, man.
Dennis, this is going to be the heavier ones, the 10 millimeter.
So what are you doing back there?
I'm looking, dude.
What?
What are you doing back there?
This monitor up here.
Oh no! Sorry, didn't realize you were there.
Putting our second monitor up, so this way everybody else can take a peek and see what's going on. Looks like we're going to put masks up here. Ken, where are those 10 millimeter? I need like 4.
Check the bench, the drawer. Yeah, the toolbox. Top drawer. I kind of like threw everything on top. Should be like in a little box of its own. Should have been the top shelf. I kind of threw everything on it.
Do you guys have any more questions or comments?
Concerns.
We can get back to you in 7 to 10
Sorry
business
about the smell. I
days.
just burped.
There's a complaint department. If you want, you could take a number.
No, it's not a complaint.
The tickets are on
It's
the
a
grenade.
problem. If you have a problem,
Yeah.
we have a notepad.
I'm looking for-
Just write
There-
your
there's
problem,
problems.
and we will get back to you at
Nobody has yet
latest
to
time,
fill
whenever
out
the
a
fuck I feel like
problem ticket yet because you have to pull the pin on the grenade. Sorry.
Yeah.
We need party poppers in here.
Where's the?
Party poppers!
Hey, Kenny. Where's the? For them.
Liz, can I get out?
Yeah, just be careful. And make sure you close the door after.
We're looking for the driver, dude.
Oh, smaller ones?
Yeah, no, it's a bigger one. I'm looking.
Pete
for
has officially given you the middle finger.
Who says that?
Pete.
Oh, why? It's not very nice. Oh, shithead.
Wow, I guess the glue didn't work that well, huh?
I was looking for this one of them. Here.
Got it?
There we go.
Fuck.
She turned the light right in my
Oh.
face.
Oh my, Lies, I can't see now.
Pete says because he can.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
can.
guess that's a valid reason enough to then. Dongle my dingle, Medica.
Dongle my dingle?
Dongle my dingle.
What does that mean?
You don't want to know.
Yeah.
I think it means like play with his penis.
Play with his penis? Oh my god.
That's about right.
Dongle my dingle. Yeah. Oops. I got a hot piece of metal right on the tip of my tongue.
Well, maybe you should be wearing protective gear.
Dongle my dingle.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. I've only pulled metal out of his eye. How many times?
I don't worry about that. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
Do you just call me little guy?
No, he said he wouldn't worry about that little guys that you pulled out of his eyeball.
Oh, should we worry about the one that the ophthalmologist had to pull out of his eyeball?
That we need to worry about.
I don't worry about that one either.
What, Brad?
That was quick.
Yeah, we don't have tissues. I have rags.
Okay, and then the other one will
I know,
right
right
there.
I know. Rag.
What does that smell?
I don't know.
Karen, that smells like heaven.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not on camera.
Yes. No, I know this.
You can come out here.
Well, you can give me 1 second and I will. Or actually, you know what? Do your stuff over there and I'll go over there in a minute. We work like retards.
Speak for yourself. Yeah, well, if you keep that up, you're gonna drill through your finger.
That's okay. I've done that before.
He sure has.
You married him.
It wouldn't be the first time I've drilled through my finger.
You know, people keep reminding me of that today.
Huh?
He said, you married him. I said, you know, people keep reminding me of that today. Sean said that earlier. You married him.
Excelente.
2 full pieces. No, 20 pounds.
Kenny, we protect the outside camera from paintball hits. I'll show you. I'll show you our outside camera.
Engineered some stuff.
Wait, each pod is what?
And we got 13
All right,
pods
so
out here for
these are our outdoor our outside cameras.
If you want to show them the
More than a
stuff, Brittany, it's probably easier to do the front one.
Is it because it's not the back one lies?
So, Kenny, you want to explain the protective measures you've taken on the cameras?
Would you like to, or?
I would like for you to, since you know more than I do.
Well, we needed cameras, right? So at one point where Dennis right here is pointing to, if you could bring the camera, we used to have these little 1-inch by 1-inch boxes right here, right?
They worked for 2 seasons.
They worked for 2 seasons, but it was the smallest view out of a little 4-inch monitor. It was the smallest freaking shit. We felt really vulnerable doing it. So we bought a Zoxi or a Zios? Zosi security system. Same thing you would use for your house. Same exact shit. And we set it up on the domes. Well, we figured that we'd sacrifice one to do a test run, right? The plastic dome covering that covered these cameras completely obliterated. The camera survived. So we thought that to save the lens, because the camera is worth more than the dome itself for it, we bought Lexan and we cut out circles and then RTV glued it to not the lens but the outer rim base. And then we took these 6-inch PVC collars and we had set them over the camera around to act as a border, as not a border, but like a guard against getting shot at from the broadside and from all around. So these cameras do not get hit as often as you would think, even though they are not hiding at all. They're out there for the world to see. A lot of people shoot at these cameras. They do get covered and they do get annihilated, but we always clean them up and we're right back in the fight. You get a very, very high def color vision inside the clarity inside with the monitor. So I took some strapping and had screwed it in, blah 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 blah, painted it, and yeah, you pretty much have a very cool cover for it. These white PVC holes you see here, well, those are our neck guards. Realize that the 2 gunners coming out the front, you know, they get obliterated from the side. They got all the protection in the front, but they got no protection on the side. So if they want the option, this is removable. They can just take this and throw it on the floor outside the tank. I don't care. We just toss it right back in the tank through the turret, and then they put it in the ground. These go right here, and pretty much when it's warmer, this flexes out, and you have your protective netting. You can hide behind this all day long and not get shot up. But if you don't want it and want to be ballsy, go right for it. Just take this, put it right outside. But yeah, this is one of our